Welcome back to Harmony Innovation Tarot. My name is Nomad and I am your host and reader today. And today we're looking at the number 5 card of the Major Arcana, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the masculine counterpart to the High Priestess. And he's also known as the Pope or the Teacher in other tarot decks and is ruled by Taurus. The Hierophant is a religious figure sitting between two pillars of a sacred temple, though this temple differs from the one in which the High Priestess sits. He wears 3 robes, red, blue, and white, and a 3-tiered crown, both representing the 3 worlds over which he rules: the conscious, subconscious, and super subconscious. In his left hand he holds the papal cross, or some people say papal cross, a triple scepter that signifies his religious status. He raises his right hand in a religious blessing with 2 fingers pointing towards heaven and 2 towards earth. Before him kneel 2 followers. The Hierophant's task is to pass down his spiritual wisdom and initiate the 2 into the church so they can take up their appointed roles. This imagery speaks to a shared group identity and a rite of passage to enter the next level. The cross keys at the Hierophant's feet represent the balance between the conscious and subconscious minds and the unlocking of mysteries which only he can teach. Remembering that the students always find the teacher can never solicit to the student. So the Hierophant card represents an established set of spiritual values and beliefs and is often correlated with religion and other formal doctrines. Before you can discover your own belief systems and make your own choices, as associated with the next card, the Lovers, the Hierophant encourages you to learn the fundamental principles from a trusted source, which, please go look for my recordings on Hermetic teachings of ancient Egypt wisdom, and you'll find out more about this. So you need to work with a teacher, mentor, or guide to teach you about spiritual practices and beliefs in a structured way. He may be an authority or a kind and generous mentor who nurtures your spiritual awareness and helps you access the divine by understanding the traditions and core principles. You may also undertake a period of formal study as you delve into a subject that has been widely explored and documented. If you've already mastered a particular field of study, you may be taking on the role of a teacher or a mentor to others. In this position, you honor and acknowledge your responsibility to share your knowledge in a structured way, one that respects the age-old tradition. The Hierophant's arrival suggests that you are following convention and staying within the bounds of a tried and tested model. You're not willing to go out on a limb or offer any new innovation ideas. Instead, you adhere to the key principles and rules that you know will lead to a successful result. The Hierophant may call you to honor family traditions or sacred rituals that sit neglected. You are able and being asked to commit to a spiritual practice in its most wholesome form. No customization, no adaptations, no bending the rules. If you've been lacking ritual and tradition, create a regular practice such as a daily prayer or saying grace before a meal. It's all about gratitude and grace. Consider exploring your spiritual or religious heritage, which are different, by the way. Don't mix up the two. The Hierophant tarot card often speaks to a group membership or being a part of an institution. You may enjoy a deep sense of comfort being surrounded by people who have well-established belief systems and explicit values. Finding them may be as significant as exploring a new church or religious group, or as simple as joining a gym or online tarot community. This card is about identifying with others in a way of thinking that will prompt further thinking. Now, if you chose the number 5 or pulled the Hierophant card and your question is relating to career, work, or finances, in a work-related reading, the Hierophant shows you that you need to conform to the current organizational culture, rules, and boundaries. Fit in with others rather than trying to innovate or transform. Accept that your superiors are right, even if you disagree, and do what they ask of you. Now is not the time to challenge the way things are done, but to adopt the traditional approach of the organization and its people, and to fit in. You may need to align yourself with those in position of powers and influence to get where you want to go in your career. Mix the various professional networks and associations and join your organization's social group. Many have Facebook or other types of groups that you should join, and you'll learn a lot more in a non-rigid way, such as an 8 to 5 learning. You're going to learn outside of those hours when you join the group. This will help you fit in and find your place with like-minded people to form strategic alliances and relationships. Career paths include becoming a spiritual teacher, perhaps, a religious figure, perhaps, committee or board member, or the head of an established institution or society. Now, if you're thinking about financially, which is a really popular question with tarot, the Hierophant signifies that you are investing in blue chip companies and institutions, not wanting to expose yourself to high levels of risk. You may seek the advice of bankers or professional money managers who have a solid foundation and significant experience. But always remember, no matter who it is, if you're going to advice from anyone, doctor, dentist, financial, spiritual, any type of advice, it is only advice. It is not necessarily the way. So listen to that inner voice always, more than you listen to the outer voice of others. Now, the personality types of people who draw the Hierophant could be yourself or the situation that you're looking into, is a conventional and conservative personality type. He follows due process and rarely deviates from what he knows has worked in the past. He needs to conform and gain the approval of others, and he's wary not to rock the boat. The Hierophant is also a profoundly religious and spiritual person, different, religious or spiritual, who has a deep respect for sacred ritual and ceremony. He may be a regular churchgoer or someone who engages in daily spiritual practice. He has attained a high level of spiritual knowledge and is willing to share this with others in a structured way. The Hierophant is all about structure. Now, if you pull the number 5 or the Hierophant card and your question is relating to relationships and love, given the focus on tradition established structures, the Hierophant can suggest marriage or a traditional relationship. For example, you may be reluctant to become intimate with each other before you marry, or you may want to get married before you move in together. There are many also be religious rulings or boundaries that impact the relationship. You may feel pressured to pursue a relationship only with someone from the same spiritual tradition as yourself. If you're looking for love, the Hierophant can reflect a strong desire to be in a monogamous and a structured relationship. You may be drawn to conventional ways of finding a partner, such as meeting him or her through a friend or family member instead of trying to pick someone that you meet in a nightclub or online in a dating app or a hookup app. In a struggling relationship, the Hierophant suggests that the two of you or staying together because it seems like the right thing to do. Children may be involved, or you think you need to remain with your partner for the sake of your children's well-being. Just an example to reflect upon. With regards to spirituality, the Hierophant represents tradition, once again, the orthodox and the structured methods of nurturing spirituality. This card may represent the beliefs that you were taught in childhood or your religious upbringing. The Hierophant encourages you to explore the framework of a religion, doctrine, or your belief system, especially if you are curious about metaphysical world or why we are here. You have a healthy appetite for spiritual knowledge and accessing the teacher within. Seek out a guide or mentor who can help you on this journey. Now, if your question was well-being and health, if you are experiencing any health concerns, the Hierophant suggests that you seek a well-known specialist. Now is the time to follow the doctor's orders and take a conventional approach to your health. But once again, the doctor is only advising you. You trust your own intuition. No one knows your health better than you do. Separate yourself from the fear of what might happen or what could happen and be more present in the moment and listen to your gut feeling as you get advice from professionals. Rituals may bring further benefit. For example, you might try a 21-day meditation challenge, reach out to a hypnotherapist or some other spiritual guide that can help you get in touch with yourself. So as a summary, the Hierophant equals the High Priest. It's all about wisdom, guidance, spiritual progress, and ethics are all forms of a practical wisdom. Don't be afraid to ask someone you trust for advice, even yourself. Now, there may be times you find a mentor who can assist you in resolving a problem that you may be facing, but ultimately, you want to find that answer for yourself. Anyone outside of you is just an advisor, and you treat them like that. So you need to find a balance between energy of change and expansion and the energy of tradition and conformity. There is an opportunity that is provided to the challenge or demonstrate one's ethical belief through outward expression. And this card is a reminder that tradition along the way can in fact assist us in our journey in a positive way. Throwing away tradition does not always equal progress. Learning from the experiences others can provide us with valuable insights for our own success. So this is Nomad, your reader and host for Harmony Innovation Tarot. Thank you so much for joining once again. And also as a reminder, we have a lot of new stuff coming up, so please check back. And if inspired to do so, please like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate that, and we appreciate you coming back.